Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are as well rested and gorgeous as I am right now. When you see the start of the video, you see where we're gonna come from. So this is the official Hangover to Hot acceptance challenge. I don't think it's a challenge. Lisa Eldridge, one of my favorite makeup artists, just released a video called Hangover to Hot. Girl went out, had some sushi and sake. She needed a little lift, apparently. Well, I didn't do quite sushi and sake. I did pasta and wine, so needed to shape up a little bit for some shopping with my mom and sister today. So, from pasta and wine to shopping and manicures. Maybe that's what we should call it. I don't know. But if you want to find out how I achieved this look right here, from being the haggard mess that you'll see in a second, because of course I forgot to take a before photo. Who does that? Me. Keep a watching. Thank you so much, Kate. Here we go. I'm gonna start out with the Hangover RX primer. Does it come in any better situation than this? I don't know. Lovely. So that's gonna do its magic. I do have a couple blemishes that I'm going to use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer on. This is the shade Light Neutral. I find that this is too dark to use under my eyes. It oxidizes pretty significantly, so I have found that it works really well just to cover some red spots. And I do this before concealer, I do this before foundation. And I just kind of tap it in. I always tend to put it around my nose because my nose tends to be really red this time of year, all year, and a little bit on the tip, just the tip. There we go. First step to looking fire. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me. I'm using a combination. I really just need to go buy my correct shade, but I'm gonna use a combination of the 112 and the 122 because God forbid I have the 18 on hand. I don't. I just need a little bit of the 22 to get it to be my shade. And then I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Complexion Perfection brush. I'm really liking this brush, so I just kind of swipe this all over to distribute it. And then I just kind of buff it in. I'll tap it in and then I'll buff. All right, so now that that is buffed in, I'm gonna just kind of use my sponge to just blend that a little bit more. Put a little too much on. There we go. Next is the goddess that is Shape Tape Concealer. I don't really think there should be any other concealers besides this one. It just is so good. And it's just gonna transform everything. We need it today, kids. Needing it today. Say much better. And I'm gonna go in with my Coty Airspun Loose Translucent Powder. And I'm gonna set under my eyes, my chin and my forehead. I'm not gonna set my lids yet because I'm gonna use a different primer, even though I put the foundation concealer all over. So now I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I've been loving the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. It is almost a complete dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I can't remember if I've talked about it. So here's the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and here's the NYX. It's pretty close to the same. Really the only difference is that Anastasia has a tapered spoolie on the end. It's about the only difference. And actually, I think Anastasia is even just a little bit bigger. Is that even focusing? So I'm just really appreciating the low price point of NYX. Thanks, gang. So now that I've got the overall shape of my brows on, I'm going to soften it with the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot and Painterly. I'm also going to use this as my eyeshadow base. I like to do this because I feel like I'm not necessarily carving out my brows. It's just cleaning them up. This little being just tried to grace us with her presence, but there's no room for her. Not on this table. And now I'm gonna set that with the translucent powder. All right, we are looking humanish. So I'm gonna go in with my Hula Hula bronzer from Benefit. I'm just gonna really kind of contour with the bronzer, but like it's really just to define the face a little bit more. I am gonna contour the nose with it though. Elongate that nose, man. Elongate it. I'm probably the only person that wants a longer nose. It's just so short and buttony. All right. I don't know what that was. My bun is just on point. Look at that bun. Okay. Next, we're gonna start the eyes. What do I want to use? All right, I'm gonna use the Man-Eater palette from Tarte. Ooh, there we go. It's so pretty. So it's got these beautiful shades in it. I love this highlighter, it's really pretty. We're gonna kind of do a whoosh today. Yeah. I'm gonna kind of follow Lisa Eldridge's video because I really liked her style in it. I liked what her look was. So I'm just gonna kind of do my version because I don't have the Marc Jacobs palette. Wouldn't that be amazing? Marc Jacobs. Jesus. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I'm just gonna do like a light touch of that, and I'm gonna do that all over the lid, just kind of lightly. There we go. Like a little bit above the crease. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm going to then go in with this darker shade here. Shades listed? No. Oh, Jesus. It says their names on the bottom. So the shade that I used all over the lid was Saucy, and now I'm gonna go in with Midnight, and I'm just gonna kind of push that into the crease and darken the outer corner. Just a little bit. Liking it. Like it. So then I'm gonna go in with this gold shade called Foxy. Foxy is what the word was that was supposed to come out of my mouth. We're gonna really just concentrate that on the center of the eye and the inner corner and just kind of fade it out into the outer. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Lace. It's kind of the highlighter shade. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm gonna concentrate that on this inner area to really brighten things up in there. And then I'm also gonna just touch a little bit of it on the underside of the brow. Make it a blending brush and just kind of soften the edges. So the top of the eye is mostly done. I'm gonna go and do the underside. So I'm going to take the dark shade, Midnight, on a pencil brush and just smudge that on the lower lashes, stopping about halfway. I'm gonna go in with this shade called Purr. It's a little bit more pinky, and I'm just gonna blend it out with that. I am gonna go in with that highlight shade and just kind of work that right in the inner corner to join where that under eye smudge was. Liking this. Liking it a lot. I think let's do blush and stuff before I decide if I'm done with that. And if I'm gonna do any mascara, not mascara, of course I'm doing mascara. If I'm gonna do any liner of any nature. Can't decide. All right, that's why we're gonna skip it for now. And we're gonna go in with blush, and I'm gonna use the Becca Blush with Light palette. And I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It is called Wisteria. It's kind of a soft mauve. And I really just kind of want to concentrate it on the center of the cheeks, not the apple, but the center, kind of back a little bit, and blend it back. I'm learning that for my face to look a little slimmer, if I put a whole bunch of blush right here, it just doesn't do it for me. And if I kind of use it to sculpt a little, it works a lot better for the shape of my face. So, just kind of diffusing that a little bit. Warm up, a little warm up. Since we're on a Becca kick, let's use Champagne Pop for highlighter. And we are gonna do a little bit of liner. I'm gonna go in with the MAC Costa Riche liner. It's got this lovely, like, super rich brown with a little bit of like a purpley undertone, reddy undertone. I don't know, it's super unique and super delicious, and I just love it. I'm gonna give her a sharpen. And I'm really just going to smudge this on the outer upper lash line, just for some definition. And same with underneath, just the very outer corner. I kind of did a little bit of a wing-a-dingy. And I'm gonna use my little smudger brush to blend that out a little bit, okay? And lastly, I'm just gonna use my finger, and I'm gonna just pick up a little bit of that gold shade and just really just tap it right in the center of the lid. Just to strengthen that up a little bit. I like that. I like that a lot. And the Always Faithful Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. She's my girl. There we go. Mascara is done. And the finishing touch on the eyes is going to be the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light. And I'm going to really open up the eyes and brighten them up by putting this on my waterline. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. I'm noticing I had some little smudginess that I don't really like under the lash line. So now that my Bernice, sweetheart, I know. She's just gonna sit there for a minute because she's a super needy biatch right now. But I'm just gonna take a cotton bud and really just flick that away. Here we go. Cool. Ooh. So you can go a couple of different ways with the old lips. I don't feel like doing anything super matte today because I've already dehydrated the lips a little bit by drinking so much. All right, so I'm going to go in with my latest obsession, the Ilia Tinted Lip Conditioner in the shade Arabian Nights. It is kind of a sheer wash of color that you can layer to make darker. You guys, I'm obsessed. I saw this. You're gonna make so much fun of me. In the 50 Shades Darker movie, it is the everyday lip that Anna wears, and they just did various layering of it. I may have read 1 or 2 articles on what lip this is just so that I could go buy it. And it is amazing. So, this is like the light wash of color for it. But I tend to like to do 2 layers, of course. And that is my jam. So I am just gonna blot it a little bit just to tone it down. But it's super moisturizing. It stays on though. Like it's long wearing, but it is not. So it is not matte. It is very long wearing, but it's moisturizing and it feels so good. And you just kind of want to keep putting it on. Kind of balmy, but not. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so amazing. I love it. It's beautiful. Everybody go buy it. Ilia Tinted Lip Conditioner in the shade Arabian Nights. It's my obsession. So there you go. So I think we can officially say we went from hangover to hot. Oh, we got to do this real quick. Let me go take care of this situation, and then we'll officially go hangover to hot. All right. So I really just exchanged one messy bun for a slightly less messy bun, but who cares? I threw on a blanket sweater because it is currently like 15 degrees here on November 9th. November 9th, 15 degrees. Holy balls. I don't know if I'm ready for this. But that's okay. Winter is coming. Yeah, Game of Thrones. So, here's what we got. I think this is like a go-to daily look that you could do, but it definitely helps for the old hangover if you do a lot of these just brighten up the inside of the eye. And then you don't look so haggard and terrible. And if we learned anything today, guys, what is the one thing we learned? Ilia Tinted Lip Conditioner, Arabian Nights. That is what we learned. That is your takeaway. Who gives a shit if you no longer look like crap from being hungover when you have this fantastic berry lip? That's all I have to say. Over and out, gang.